Hi guys, welcome back. It's Jessica. Today we're going to be talking about how I personally found my mantra. As we already know the definition, it's a repeated word that we say continuously to overcome obstacles or to really center us and really hone us into reality and help us think clearly. As I previously shared before, and if you haven't already done so, head over to the About tab on the group and you will read Behind Her Smile. It's a little bit of background on everything that I'd gone through and what really led me in detail to my journey into finding my mantra. But just to kind of summarize, in the last 24 months, I have experienced many life-changing events, and much of this change goes beyond the 24-month time frame. However, when looking back, I really wanted to hone in on these last 2 years, and I realized really how much I was taking for granted, how stagnant I had become in my life, and how much I believed I was owed, essentially, a very negative, tumultuous mindset that is hard to break out of, but just with different situations I had experienced, I felt as though I was owed something. And in all reality, I put myself through those situations, so I had no one to blame but myself, and I really needed to take the time to recognize that. But at that time, I didn't. I was constantly making excuses. I was missing out on opportunities of personal growth and personal development. I didn't want to evolve and become my own independent, creative, spiritual self. I was holding myself back because in all reality, I was closed-minded. I was naive, and I was unwilling to open myself up to new ideas. I had new information and I didn't want to seek it, and I thought that everything that I had learned growing up and through school for the time that I was in school, that was it. And now I was on with my career and my life, and it was a very dangerous path to lead down to because it was very troubling for myself. I was negative, I was angry, I was emotional, and that just wears on your family and doesn't make you very enjoyable or pleasant to be around. I was left feeling sheltered, unstable emotionally and mentally, again, naive, fearful of change, fearful of my future, and anxious. I was anxious and constantly worrying about every outcome instead of taking control of my life and really planning and focusing and working with my husband to create the life in the future that we had truly dreamed of for the years that we had been together, or have been together. I was shutting myself down to that. And then ultimately it came down to my husband and I really reevaluating how I was as a mom, how I was as a wife, how I was as a person. He could tell I wasn't happy with myself, and he questioned me on that. And it was great that he did, because I decided on my own that I needed to change. This was not the life I wanted to live. I wasn't happy. I wanted to wake up every morning excited to take on and face the challenges of the day, as opposed to hide and make excuses and really not have control of my future that I wanted to provide for my husband, myself, and our son. So I looked at everything that needed to change, and I was able to find one thing in common with all of that, and that became my mantra. So keep listening. I will continue to be sharing different opportunities and different steps in my journey leading me to my mantra, and next you will hear about what my mantra really is and how it has helped me. Bye, guys.